they can just, you know, navigate around and change their settings and tactics and formations just like that.
That's because they've played like thousands and thousands of games, so like the menus are just, they could do it blindfolded, I'm pretty sure, at this point.
Absolutely, yeah.
Chance here, off the post from Sanchez. Big chance there to go 5-4 up in the second leg of this game.
Yeah, how important is this first goal, though, in the situation, Spen?
It depends what time you get it, I think. It depends what time you get it. Because right now, if he scored, I wouldn't be too worried for Nightwatch. He'd have loads of time to get back in it, but if he was to get one, obviously, later on, it could be crucial. But based on the fact the first leg was 4-4, I imagine we're going to see multiple goals.
On a different note, I think that Nightwatch should drop merch, flannel shirts.
No, that's his thing. He said he bought 4. I did go and speak to him about it. As I have 1 for each day. I was like, oh, that means you think you're going to go all the way? And he said, yeah, of course, I'm confident I can get second.
I wonder if he's got like a Tiger Woods on the last day closing flannel.
If he ever did a rebrand, he could be the intellectual lumberjack.
Like the professor. He should be Professor Nightwatch.
The thinking man's lumberjack.
I'm telling you, if he put out lumberjack merch, I would buy it. Right now, I'm just giving you an idea. If you're watching this, the doctor, listen.
That's a great thing, though, that that's his, like, trademark, isn't it, that he wears on these shirts. No one else does that. I think it was FaZe Taz who said he might wear jeans. And I was like, oh, do you not know usually? He was like, no, if I'm doing well, I might put a pair of jeans on. I was like, okay, I should do cash.
He's rewarding himself
with a pair of jeans. I know, usually it's in the trackies, isn't it? That was FaZe Taz and the jean conversation.
Even if Nightwatch were to sign to a club, I hope they allow him to wear some sort of lumberjack-ish version. So flannel. Yeah, flannel, Nightwatch version of whatever club or esports organization he joins.
Yeah, can't wait to see if he does sign with somebody for next season.
Oi, right off the corner. Good save. Just to remind you guys, Sanchez is in the white going from left to right. Dr. Nightwatch is in the black going from right to left. Everything to play for here. Both of these guys are 2-1. Going 3-1 sounds a lot nicer than going 2-2.
Almost there then, aren't you? 3-1. You're on the cusp of going 4-1 and then going through and having a nice early night. But they won't, because they'll go and practice, I guess, a lot more, guys. Will they sit there for a few more hours and practice? They go
I think that just depends on the person.
Yeah. They might go back and watch some streams and watch some highlights of their opponents. Speaking of opponents, do you want me to read you some?
Wow.
There's a goal.
Wow, what a finish there by Nightwatch. A familiar face in this tournament and pretty much every single tournament that's ever existed. Ruud Gullit. I love when he came on in Madrid and talked about how honored he was that players got to use him. I feel like they've learned a lot more about what made him special as a real player.
Yeah, and we talked about name dropping earlier. And when Jimmy was in, hold on. When Jimmy was in Madrid, he asked Ruud, he said, would you like a picture? And I was like, Jimmy, I think, you know, you might be stretching a little bit too far here.
But Ruud wanted a picture with me.
Yeah, of course.
And it wasn't so much a name drop, but we all were really lucky to go on a great tour of the Bernabeu Stadium. And Jimmy didn't actually make it in time. We were like, Jimmy, don't you want to come on the tour? He was like, no, I've played there.
That's true.
Then the people
These are just facts.
List the people that you played with or against there as well. That was impressive. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I played against Zidane and Raul and R9 Ronaldo and
Michael Owen,
Casillas and Michael Owen, Steve McManaman, David Beckham, Roberto Carlos.
Okay.
No
we get
biggie.
it, Jimbo. We get it, man.
There's some names.
I like that.
I changed jerseys with David Beckham. So I got one of those.
Yeah, Beckham's got the Conradinho jersey up in his garage.
I think he's using it to wash his car.
To be fair, I still have a Conradinho shirt. I've still got it in the closet right now. So.
As one does.
It's super throwback. 5 years ago, I have the and it's not
well, if you want to be a big hit with the ladies, you know what to wear.
Where do you...
the lumberjack with Dr. Nightwatch merch.
Where do you house all the shirts that you collected? Anywhere?
I do, yeah. They're just in storage, actually. Oh. Yeah, I have yet to get them framed up, but they're sitting there.
Spencer, hypothetically speaking here, let's say that hashtag, and since you obviously have hashtag as the esports organization, wanted to add someone like Nightwatch to the squad. Right. Would you allow him to wear a specially suited, just the Nightwatch, a flannel hashtag? Would you create that for him, or would
think
you?
Think about it. A flannel could actually be made into a hashtag quite easily terms of the pattern. It's something I've actually thought about, and we're actually in conversations with some high-level flannel companies right now. I can't say too much about it, but I'm actually a big fan of flannel garments myself, so I could see it happening if that was to take place, yes. Speaking of things that are going to take place, do you want me to give you some matchups?
I do want to hear the round 5 matchups because I think there's going to be some tasty ones.
Obviously, there's less games in the next round because we've got less players.
Right.
Some people have made it through, some people have gone home.
We got 4 that have already gone through and 4 that are going home.
Yeah, so in the 3-1 category, these guys playing for a place in the next round. We've got Harry going up against Max VIP from the States.
Yes.
Cody the Finisher playing Rogue and Rasic.
That's a good one.
We've got Dax versus Dubsy.
Wow, that's a great
Battle
one.
of the Ds. We've got M10 Resende going up against Ryan. We've got Bundled Levy against Mino.
All right.
France. Tim Latka Megabit. All German derby.
Wow.
Dylan Mike Hensu. Tass Rafsu. Nice
That's a
game.
great matchup.
Phenomenal Kevin.
Wait, these are 3-1s or 2-2s?
I think we're low into 2-2s now.
Sorry, yeah.
Rizaya, Black Arrow. I'll just call out some of the big ones now. I mean, in the lower end of the table.
How about 1 and 3 though? I want to see the 1 and 3s because whoever loses there is out.
Is it an
Most
Ajax
likely not
matchup?
making it.
Go down, spin, give us the read off.
I don't think there's an Ajax matchup.
It's not. It's NSC T Machel versus Ajax Joey. And Danny's up against Beto Avia. So, yeah.
Some big matchups. We'll be bringing those to you very soon. We're going to finish up this game first. Almost at halftime of leg 2 between DrNightWatch and Sanchez. 4-4 after leg 1. Now it's 5-4 with 45 in-game minutes left to go.
And Jimmy, you said obviously this is a 2-1 match. So DrNightWatch, he had beaten Danuzo already. And then he obviously won as well. Lost to Diogo and Rebel Painter. So that was his 2-1 there, the results that he'd already had. So.
Okay. Here we go. Second half is about to begin or has started. If you're just joining us, DrNightWatch and Sanchez are both 2-1. DrNightWatch is in the black jerseys going from left to right, and Sanchez is in the white going from right to left. After 8 goals in the first leg, we expected to see a little bit more in the first half. We didn't get it, but there's still plenty of time to score a lot of goals, and we'll see what happens here in these 45 minutes. And Bobby with a great turn, as he does. Good defending there from Veron. Eusebio to Hullet. What a matchup that would have been in real life if it ever could have happened. What a through ball there. DrNightWatch is in. Neymar says, thank you very much. That makes it 6-4. I wonder if he's going to call management and say that he doesn't want to play for the club anymore, because apparently in real life he doesn't want to be at PSG either, but PSG want him to stay. Interesting drama surrounding this.
Heard rumors of a Barcelona return. Is that potentially something that we could...
I mean, at this point, I feel like you either want to be team Dembele or team Neymar, and Dembele's a lot younger.
You can't be going, because obviously Griezmann is linked to, well, we very much believe Griezmann will be leaving Atletico Madrid, not only because he said he will, but also because they've given his number to João Felix, and they spent a lot of money on Felix.
Yeah.
If Griezmann goes to Barcelona, as we believe, surely they can't have Griezmann, Messi, Suarez, and Neymar in the same team.
But did you hear about that trade? It was Dembele, Rakitic, and Umtiti for Neymar and 100 million.
Even then, you've still got too many if you have Griezmann as well. You can't play them all unless you play Messi or Griezmann in midfield.
That's true.
There's not enough ball time to go around.
No. Unless they're planning for the end of the Suarez chapter, maybe.
Here's a free kick here for Sanchez. On top of the box, can he find his way back into this game? He's down by 2 goals. Hullet says, thank you very much. Almost too easy there. I questioned the defending from Nightwatch. No real urgency to get out and close down the ball.
It's a clever exit with the La Croqueta, though. Most of the time, your opposition will exit the opposite direction, and it opens up some space. You see what I'm talking about. There you go.
Gone left, gone right.
Yeah, the change of pace, drops the shoulder. There's more to it than what maybe meets the eye just on your first glance.
Yeah, a little shimmy. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, nice button combination there. Sanchez back in it. Only down by 1. We're here in the second leg of this matchup of round 4. Round 5 is forthcoming. Spencer read out some of the matchups that we're about to see.
Jim, I said this wrong. These guys had both lost 2 and won 1. So this is to go 2-all.
Ah, I see.
So this is quite a big matchup here.
Yeah, loser goes to an elimination game.
Yeah.
Wow.
So whoever wins this has the 2-all record.
That makes a big difference, yes.
Exactly.
Both of these players are 1 and 2 in this matchup. All to play for here.
You know what will be interesting next year? I'm imagining, or I assume that in FIFA 20 we're going to see the new rules that are coming in, which allow you to take goal kicks short in the box.
Right.
You know, you can have your defender come and get it in the box, and obviously the opposition can't. So that could change goal kicks dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
good insight. I appreciate it.
I'll just say who Sanchez already played as well. So he won his first matchup again against N8 Jazz. Then he lost against Tex. Obviously, we know Tex has gone through 4-0. And then he lost against Amino as well. And then this is obviously his fourth match, which is still to be decided, which is NightWatch. Obviously, there's a replay, but we're going to not tell you the score until it finishes. Just in case you're just watching for the first time.
Yeah, and also if you're just joining us, we have 4 players that have won their first 4 games. They've already qualified for the knockout rounds. 2 of the players you've heard of before, F2 Tex and Emma Sassari, who rank number 1 and number 2 on the leaderboard, respectively. And then Sako, big surprise there, and Diogo. He is the 4th addition to that list of 4. They get to rest, they get to relax, they get to scout and get a good idea of how it's going. And I think for the most part, we think this is a good thing, but we've seen players before that started off really hot in day 1 and fizzle at the start of day 2.
Yeah, I really don't read too much into it, to be honest. Obviously, it's very, very impressive from Tex and Tassari that they're just so consistently good, and there's no doubt about that. But in terms of the tournament, I don't think it makes them any more of a favourite. It's all about tomorrow and the elimination games for me. But Diogo is a very impressive player. He did really well at the EPL for Fulham. Represents Sporting as well. And yeah, I think he's one to watch for the future for sure.
And then there's 4 players who got eliminated. Heracles Bryan, and then 3 out of the 4 Chinese qualifiers are going home. It's unfortunate for them. Obviously, they wanted to make a big splash and represent that region. But it's going to look like maybe FIFA 20 is going to be their calling moving forward. But again, back to this game. Sanchez in the white. He's down to goal to DrNightWatch.
There's a crazy pass back out of the box to the
You want to play safe? You got to be safe sometimes.
Yeah, but he's losing.
He wanted to do a fake shot, and his execution was a tad bit late. Therefore, it only registers the first portion of the fake shot, which in this case was the cross, and that's why you see that back pass. Unfortunately, I've experienced this many times online myself.
You clearly knew what happened there.
Oh, yeah, I was well aware.
It's quite fortunate that he was able to keep the ball there, locked onto his player.
I was going to say he's quite lucky that it picked out a fullback that wasn't even covered, so it didn't start a counterattack. He didn't lose possession. It all worked out in a favorable way. But I think we're all guilty of mistiming a fake shot from time to time.
Both in real life and in this game. Because I've seen you play, Mike.
Yeah. I had a special moment.
You scored a lot of goals.
Scored a great goal last night.
In pickup last night, you scored a couple bangers.
I think I had a McGeady spin that was successful last night, which is really not in my repertoire. Can't say that. Repertoire. Yeah. Say it again, Jimmy.
Repertoire.
Repertoire.
Can you not say it?
Yeah, don't say it anymore.
I'm struggling. I'm done. It's not coming out.
You're forgetting the T.
Repertoire.
Repertoire.
Oh my God.
That's like a reservoir.
Can we get Mike off the couch?
He
He needs a breather.
Wow, we found his weakness.
Speaking English.
Yeah.
I need help. I'm gonna join Buckley for a cast here.
Not
We're talking about Max Lyrical and Repertoire.
Max Lyrical. Good striker. Very good striker.
Oh, dear.
All right, 10 minutes left in this one. DrNightWatch clinging on to the 1-goal lead here. Both of these players are 1 and 2. This is the second leg of their round 4 matchup before we get into round 5. Allow the players to go get some dinner before round 5 started. So they're all going to be fresh and have a ton of energy going into these last 3 rounds. And we'll see who plays the best post eating some food and getting a little bit of rest and relaxation prior to getting back on the sticks. But that's a big one here. Obviously, whoever loses this one goes to 1 and 3. They have their backs against the wall. You lose 4 games in the Swiss format, you go home. We have 4 of those competitors who we mentioned earlier. So interesting times here. I'm sure DrNightWatch was a little frustrated to be 1 and 2. Obviously came off a good E-Champions League performance, getting to the final, only to lose to NYC Chris in the final.
4-2-3-1.
And then
3-3-4.
I'm kind of itching to see what happens with Joey. I've been thinking about this from the beginning. Well, I talked to Joey yesterday, and he said that he felt additional pressure being in that 16th position. I feel like it's shown, but he's not out. And we've also seen Joey battle back in many tournaments. He's shown a lot of adversity, or that he's been able to face adversity. And he's at that point now being 1 and 3. And more importantly, he needs it. If he's the 16th spot finishes or is eliminated in the Swiss stage, everybody's going to celebrate. Everybody's going to say, we got a spot. There's an opening for us.
that looks like the nail in the coffin there, DrNightWatch. Oh, that is a tasty cross and a tasty finish. I'm a big fan of scoring headers. Dig it out of your net, Sanchez's goalkeeper. 7-5, that should most likely do it. There's only 8 in-game minutes left to go. We'll see how Sanchez responds, but it looks like DrNightWatch leaning on his experience to get the professional result here in leg 2. Yes.
I'm receiving DMs about my lack of being able to pronounce words.
As you should. DrNightWatch now sitting back a little bit, parking the bus a little. Oh, it's an early goal.
It's not over
Nice
yet.
early response, I should say. It's not over yet. 7-6. Good patience here. I mean, I have to question the center backs. Maybe a little bit too deep where he's setting up his line. R9 Ronaldo says, I'm going to put this in a place I always like to put stuff.
Did you also play with him?
I played against him. I
Of
played
course
against
you did.
him. Yeah.
Did you trade jerseys like Beckham?
I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, you traded cleats instead, kicks?
No.
No.
We call it boots.
Boots.
English.
I'm
right,
just
please,
the English say boots.
Yeah.
We actually called
I'm
them.
trying to hit home
Oh,
with
I'm
the
sorry.
DMs.
I didn't realize you were English now, Jimmy. My bad.
Yeah, I used to play. I'm a footballer.
The full name for them is actually repertoire boots. Can you say that, please?
Waiting.
I'm going to leave
Our
that
Night
alone.
Watch.
I think
Good
I've done
entry
enough
pass.
with that situation.
Good heroic defending there from Sanchez. He needed it to get another opportunity to go forward and maybe tie this one up. See Ronaldo on the side, doing what he does best. Well, the guy can do pretty much everything. I've seen it firsthand in real life.
If he can get up there now, this could be time to take it extra time.
I feel like that was time for a cheeky back heel spin.
Sandro, Eusebio.
The work ethic. Oh, good defending there by one of the best holding midfielders of all time. Would you agree with that? CDMs? Patrick Vieira?
Oh, he's definitely in the top 5.
Of all, like,
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd say so. We tend to be a little bit Premier League biased in England, I think, with what we see up close and personal. And Patrick Vieira was arguably the best.
GG, nice match.
We'll CDM.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think he
Nice.
gets enough credit for how good he's on the ball. How good he is on the ball with his footwork, especially for a big guy.
Right.
6'3", but he could wiggle left, he could wiggle right, he could take people on. He had a beautiful first touch to go with being a holding midfielder. 'Cause